The diversity of architecture and design in South Florida never ceases to amaze me, but this home takes staycation to another level.
Hi, I'm Bridget King of Captiva Design, Interior Decorating and Home Staging. We've been in business in South Florida now for 17 years. This home is so unique. It's actually the first home I've ever staged that was in this particular design style. And I really fell in love with the home the moment I saw it.
Get ready to be transported to an exotic getaway on today's SoFlo Home Project. Welcome to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra. I thought I would do something a little fun and transport you all to an exotic locale right here in our own backyard. This 2,600 square foot home has 3 bedrooms and 2.5 baths. Its unique design and indoor pool gives you the feel of being at an exotic resort. Bridget, welcome to SoFlo Home Project.
Thanks for having me.
We're here today with Bridget King of Captiva Design, Interior Decorating and Home Staging. Bridget, so this is something unlike anything we've shown before on our show, Balinese-inspired design. Why don't you give us a little bit of background on the project and what you did here for your client?
The beauty about this home is the structure is solid. It's a solid foundation, right? So our goal is just to enhance. I love this leather sofa. It's tufted, it's worn, but it's cozy. So I added some textural pillows, as you can see here, and brought in some warmth to work with the existing rug, which was here already. I wanted to add some texture, so I added some sheepskin pillows, a beautiful throw to work with that. The elements here in this beautiful wall unit, which I absolutely love, the two-tone colors and the detail in the flutes here are absolutely fabulous. And so what I did was unify the space, working with the pieces that were here, and then modifying it by adding new accessories that were light and airy to create a lighter feel, a lighter look, right?
So the existing space was a little bit darker.
It was.
And of course, there's a lot of beautiful elements here that you wanted to highlight. So by lightening, you will also lighten the wall color in here as well.
We did also enhance was the flooring. We lightened it, we refinished it. It was a kind of a darker walnut finish. And so what we did is added a little ashy gray tone to it, and it came out fabulous.
And I think just really updates the space.
Yes.
Because I see in this area, Balinese style and of course warmer wood tones, but you infused a very nice grayer tone on the flooring that I think just works so well with what you've added in here.
So we tried to influence, again, that island vibe, because here in South Florida we have a diverse cultural community, and so I love how the inside and the outside merge together, and the continuity in the home is just absolutely beautiful.
And you did a really nice job here by lightening up the inside, because I think by going with the lighter wall color, it really bridges that whole indoor-outdoor living. And I think that's a great tip for viewers when you want to create one flow of space from your outdoors to your indoors. That's just such a nice way to do it because it feels lighter in here.
Absolutely.
Coming up on SoFlo Home Project, we dive into the best features of this Balinese-inspired home.
I'm Tat with FHIA, and we're going to look at a home where it was so imperative that we had an extensive consultation because there were a lot of decisions that needed to be made. We're going to take a look at what those decisions were on today's SoFlo Home Project.
Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we are here with Bridget King of Captiva Design, Interior Decorating and Home Staging, touring this beautiful Balinese-inspired home. Bridget, now we are in the formal dining room. Next to the family room, we find the formal dining room. This eclectic space transports you to an exotic location. I think some great tips here for our viewers is sometimes you're working with existing pieces in a home.
Absolutely. So many times we have to work with existing pieces, and what I like to say is refresh the property. Yes. This table was here, and this table is rustic.
Definitely.
And the room felt a bit dark and crowded because there was a ton of artwork on every surface of the walls. I wanted to lighten the room. And so paint, right? Paint is your best friend.
Easiest way to change something
Right.
up.
And so to get that balance of light and dark, I went with these lovely candle holders on the dining table. And this dining table can actually seat 8 people easily. So for entertaining, it's a great feature in the home. What you'll also find about this room is the ceilings are extremely high. They're
Yes.
about 24 feet.
And the room seems narrow.
Yeah, so we trick the eye. That's what we like to do. So yes, I kept the dark ceilings just to bring it down and keep some warmth in the space.
It grounds it a little bit.
Exactly, but then lighten everything on the eye level, which would be your dining chairs. Of course, we refinished the flooring.
And now, Bridget, we have some beautiful doors behind us. I would be remiss if I didn't mention those, because it's definitely a spot in the room where people would walk in and, first of all, wonder what's behind it. But let's talk about what you did to it first. You added some accessories again to bring in the lighter theme.
What I did was I lightened it. Again, light and dark working together to create that continuity in the room. And what I like to tell homeowners is less is more. You don't have to display a lot of small things on cabinet displays. Actually, it's better to make a statement using 1 or 2 large, bigger pieces.
Absolutely, and in this space, definitely everything is larger scale, like the lighting and the other accessories, so it just plays nicely with that continuity.
Absolutely.
And now I'm curious as to what is on the other side of that door, and we are going to take a look and show you all at home as well. But first, let's see what Tack Renata from FHIA has for us today.
We've been talking a lot over the last several weeks about how important it is to be involved in the consultation as a homeowner, and this home is a great example of what we've been talking about. There's so many different things going on here. They have panel shutters, they have accordion shutters, they have a few different styles in sliding glass doors, a few different types of openings that have a lot of things that we can change out. So the initial consultation, we had a lot of things to go over, especially on the second floor, where we wanted to know how long the panel shutter has been installed, and it's been on for years. It's something that they put up and never wanted to take down because it was too difficult for them to put up. But then we had the accordion shutters that were installed, so it's a little bit easier for them to do in a hurricane. So we talked about the pros and cons of the accordion shutters and the age of the windows behind the shutters. And we ultimately wanted to make sure we were making the right decision, because the last thing we want to do is change out a window knowing we have the accordion shutters, only to find out a couple years down the line that we had wished we put in a hurricane window. So with the age of the home, with the age of the windows, we decided that if we're gonna change out the windows, change out the doors, let's upgrade everything, let's do it right. We don't want to compound one bad decision by making 2 bad decisions. So we already made the decision on the accordion shutters. Now that we're here, we want to make sure this decision goes right and we don't want to regret it. So we decided to change out all the windows with hurricane protection so that they'll never have anything they have to worry about. They're going to be really safe. Everything will look uniform. Cosmetically, it enhances the look of the home, and they're going to feel a lot safer, a lot secure, not just from the hurricanes, but from any intrusion or anyone trying to break in. This family had a lot of things to consider. Some of them stood out, like the shutters, what should we do with the shutters? But a big decision we always have to make is how we want to protect the home and what type of hurricane impact glass. A lot of folks don't recognize there's over 32 different ways to order impact glass. So we want to ensure we order the right glass for exactly what we're trying to accomplish, and it's imperative that you're part of that decision-making process. This family made a lot of great decisions, and they're going to love how everything turns out. Back to you, Alena.
Thanks, Tat. So Bridget, what's on the other side of these doors, I think, is one of the best reveals we have had on this show. An amazing indoor pool, Balinese vibe everywhere you look. This technically was, I think, at one point maybe an exterior portion of the home.
Yes, so I believe what the former homeowner did was extend this using the tiki hut to enclose it. People look at it more as an indoor space because
Absolutely.
the pool is
Feels
here.
that way, yeah. So talk to us about how it was decorating a pool with, actually usually it's outdoor furniture, but here it's indoor, regular furniture. What did you add to the space to make it more loungy and feel like home?
Again, working with the elements in the room. The chaise loungers were here, and we just added some pillows to tie it in with the rug, make it feel a little warmer. The fireplace actually is a non-functional fireplace, but it was located over here where the bar area is, and then we relocated it up here on the platform.
So it creates a little bit of a sort of informal lounge area.
Informal lounge,
cozy
area where friends can come by and have a glass of wine and just chillax, as we like to say.
Absolutely.
There were some draperies on these windows that were dark. They were red, and it just made the space dark and
So
gloomy.
just editing the space and taking away some of the things that felt heavy to still give
that
a light
lightness.
feel. Yes,
exactly.
it really does. It has that resort feel, and I can't imagine how nice this is to just walk through and enjoy the space. But there are some living quarters on the other end of this room.
There are.
And we are going to check that out when we come back. Coming up next, find out what's behind the second set of these beautiful doors. So if you've had some unexpected damage to your home, how do you know who to call? Is it an insurance company? Is it a public adjuster? Is it a contractor? We're here today with some answers to help you make the right decision. So we're here today with Raul Alcanero from Alcanero & Associates Public Adjusters. Raul, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So we're here in a home today where it looks like a lot of stuff going on, some work being done. What happened here? If you want to give us a little background on why you're here.
Of course. So we got a call from this insurer about 3-4 days ago. They walked into their house and their home was flooded with water everywhere, all the way in the living room, everywhere. After further investigation, we noticed that there was a supply line leak underneath the slab.
So that caused an entire flood of
That
the
caused
area.
all the flood in the entire home, damage to the kitchen cabinets, wall, mold, etc.
So you guys are working on the other side, and what you do here to keep the property safe while the work is being done, and I guess mold being remediated?
That's correct. There was plenty of mold behind the wall. We discovered there was mold, and now we contain it so that it doesn't spread throughout the home. We also have some equipment in place that my guys are working back there now. And that equipment is to catch any mold spurs that are around the property and kill it so that it doesn't cause cross-contamination throughout the home.
So Raul, what are some things that homeowners can look for? Are there any signs?
As a matter of fact, in this property, they noticed because they walked into the house full of water, but sometimes there's a lot of signs like humidity in walls, stains here and there, a little bit of mold behind a door. Certain things that give you an indication that there could be a larger problem lurking just behind the wall or underneath the floor. In this case, or any other case, you could give us a call. We have specialized equipment that can pinpoint those areas before they turn into something major as this.
Raul, how often should homeowners maybe have an assessment of the property to see if there's any lurking damage behind the walls?
Well, I normally make a correlation with how many times you see a doctor, at least once a year, to have a full physical inspection. Same thing, we should inspect your home at least once a year to make sure that you don't have any hidden damages, to prevent big damages like this one. And I wanted to point out earlier, we help two types of insurers. There's actually two types of insurers. One that doesn't have time to deal with insurance companies and the ordeal of dealing with a lot of headaches dealing with insurance companies. And the other client is maybe you presented a claim by yourself and it was denied or it wasn't paid enough. We can help with those claims as well.
Raul, that was some great information for homeowners. And most importantly though, how do they contact you if they're thinking about getting a free assessment?
Well, that's simple. Call us at 305-606-1000 or on the web, alconeroandassociates.com. Porque Alconero te consigue tu dinero.
Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra and we're here with Bridget King, continuing our tour of this beautiful Balinese-inspired home right here in South Florida. Bridget, so we are now in the primary bedroom of this house. The master bedroom is found on the other side of the indoor pool. This unique layout gives the main room a secluded feel. So talk to us about what you did here, because you worked with a lot of the bones of the existing architecture, but softened it up to make this feel really relaxing and cozy as a bedroom.
Yes, so first of all, the bed was here. And it's a rather large bed.
Yes.
And it's a darker bed. So again, using the light versus the dark and kind of bringing things together, but adding some softness and creating tranquility, because I always like to tell my clients that the bedroom should evoke tranquility, peace, love, romance. So
Absolutely.
I softened it with just light grays and creams and soft greens and blues. The actual color of the room was a dark hunter green. And so I used a much lighter color.
So kept in the greens, but changed it out to the
Totally
other end of the
changed.
spectrum.
And what I loved about doing the new color, if you notice, the ceiling is made of a grass cloth along with bamboo to highlight the details. It actually pops the ceiling. Now you see it, you recognize it, and you appreciate it for what it is.
Yes, I think that juxtaposition of the light paint color, again, it evokes a very tropical resort vibe as well. Now let's talk about over here. So you have some draperies, again, also in a very natural fabric, a linen type of a weave. Talk to us about what you did here, because there were some existing darker drapes, right?
There were actually some very dark drapes, and we took those down and again lightened it up and went with a natural fiber, again staying with that organic, very Balinese feel for the room. And also the flooring was a big detail because this is a Chicago brick floor.
Not something you see every day in South Florida.
No, and for a tip for a homeowner who has a concrete floor, like say a Mexican tile or a concrete floor, stained concrete floor, you can soften the room using area rugs.
Absolutely, it's a great way. And again, because we've got such high ceilings here, and of course they have paneling and fabric to soften, but this takes it to another level of just giving that nice, quiet vibe to the room.
Yes, calming, soothing, and quiet. That's what we always go for when we're staging or designing a bedroom suite.
It's a sanctuary.
It is.
Next on SoFlo Home Project, we visit the tranquil retreat that is the guest room. Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we are continuing our tour with Bridget King of Captiva Design, Interior Decorating, and Home Staging. And speaking of home staging, that is what you did here in this gorgeous Balinese home. So let's talk about how you staged this guest quarters, this whole upstairs area, which could easily double as a master suite as well.
Absolutely.
On the second level, we find the guest suite. This room has a non-traditional layout with some great architectural features.
We didn't have a lot to do up here. This bed was already here, and it's absolutely fabulous. And what I did though was concentrate again on the bedding, right? So it's the bedding that makes the bed. Also, another feature that was already in the home are these absolutely gorgeous candle sconces that were mounted to the wall, and I didn't want to take them down because I thought it was appropriate for the look and the style that we were going for.
For sure, and I think that maybe also bridges in the black drapery and all
Yes.
the accents that you added to that kind of maybe led to your palette.
Yeah, so I like to find an element in the room and then kind of work around that element, right? To make the room come together.
So Bridget, what would a guest room be without an area for your guests to relax as well? And you've created a little nook here.
Well, the space is actually very large, and I said, it would be great to have a space where somebody wanted to just sit down, have a cup of coffee, put their shoes on. This would be the perfect opportunity for that to take place. So we just purchased 2 chairs and an area rug to just kind of ground the space and make it feel a little bit cozier. If you want to quiet the room, always add a rug. If you want to add color to a room, always add a rug. And if you want to add softness to a room, rugs are a great opportunity
And
for
texture.
that. And texture.
Bridget, this was a wonderful tour. We got to see so many great features of this home and how you were able to add your personal touch and make it the perfect place for your client to enjoy their days. And now let's see what Hunter Frankie from SoFlo Health has for us tomorrow. Hunter, what do you have for us?
Hey there, Alena. Look, it's a Pelican in the harbor, and that's for good reason. We're at the Pelican Harbor Seabird Station. We'll take a tour of the facility to show you how they're taking care of local wildlife Plus, Martin Gelb's band has a warm-up that you can do for pretty much any workout. Morgan has some mobility movements for us that we can use to stay loose. We've got a delicious watercress sweet potato salad that you won't want to miss the recipe to. Plus, we'll meet a possum, an owl, and so much more. It's all tomorrow right here at 12:30 on Local 10.
Thanks, Hunter. We will definitely be watching, and to our viewers at home, thank you for joining us for another home tour, and we hope to see you again next week for another episode of SoFlo Home Project right here on Local 10. And remember, there's no place like home. SoFlo Home. Next week on SoFlo Home Project, we show you designer tips and tricks that will help you utilize every square inch of space in your home to maximize your living. If you missed any part of this episode, or if you're looking for more design inspiration, make sure to check out all episodes online at SoFloHomeProject.com. You could also submit your own design disasters, and you never know, we could be knocking on your door to help. And don't forget to follow us on social media on Facebook and Instagram.